Hi, boss babes of South Africa. I hope that everyone is doing well. Today I am here with Caesar from Monday Matters. Caesar, tell us a bit about yourself and welcome to Boss Babes of South Africa.
Thank you for having me and thank you for the invite. I mean, guys, I've honored the invite, right? But I couldn't be more excited and happy, and I'm grateful for that. So, I'm the co-founder of Monday Matters. I'm an industrial relations specialist, and I pride myself in saying I will not see injustice and just walk away. So, as Monday Matters, we stand directly for that.
Right.
If you feel that you're going through some things in your workplace and you've spoken to different teams, you've done your part, speak to specialists, speak to people that will be able to guide you in terms of this is how it's supposed to be done and what processes needs to be followed. Guys, it's no longer funny that somebody else is going through workplace bullying and some of us are just there advocating for these things and we're not there to help. So as Monday Matters, please reach out, and also you can also reach out to Coveney if you feel that maybe you want a formal introduction,
Yes.
and then we can try and find a solution,
Yes.
just to make sure you have better Mondays.
Because we believe that knowledge is power, right? Having the knowledge is power, having the insights is power. I mean, you've been in corporate for how many years?
20 years.
Yeah.
20
So guys,
years.
that's the kind of experience that we want to start to leverage within the Boss Babes of South Africa community through mentorship. I am aware that the women of South Africa are going through a lot at this point. We can't hide away from
We
that.
can't.
Right?
We can't.
We can't, in a world of toxic positivity, be hiding away from the fact that there are challenges that are happening in the world, in environments. And I think it is our duty as Boss Babes of South Africa, and something that is very, very close to my heart, is to offer some kind of support and some kind of service through this mentorship platform that Caesar and I are going to be collaborating on to empower you, right? Because I think our lived experiences are very powerful.
True.
Okay?
True, 100%. I couldn't agree with you more. Because more than anything, guys, the silos have to be broken. You know, this thing of you'll cry alone in your little corner, your family suffers in your little corner. We're putting that to an end. We're saying we can only, as a sisterhood, bring each other into deeper and better spaces. So reach out, but we are working on something.
We are working on something really great that's going to be launched. And Caesar, maybe just tell us, what do you offer in Monday Matters, just to give people a bit of, I want to say, a preview of what is coming.
Okay, so currently, as everybody knows, we're still in October, and October is Mental Health Awareness Month. So for this particular month, we've actually had a live previous Sunday with a psychologist. So the main idea was just to demystify the nuances or us using psychologists, therapists, psychiatrists, mentor, and a coach interchangeably. You know, we wanted to raise awareness to say a psychologist does this. Therapy, for you to get the benefits of therapy, you need to be investing in it. You need to be present. You need to be brutally honest. You need to understand where the issues are. Merely coming in and saying, you know what, I've got issues at work and want somebody to solve them is not enough. Therapy, you sit there, psychologists will give you some ways of getting the situation better and so forth. So this month we are focusing solely on that. I was actually meant to reach out to you because I need a mentor from the mentorship port, so that we can have a talk with the mentor, because we want to also give you some definitions of what a coach does as well as what a mentor
Yes, very different,
does.
very
because
different.
those are not two different things, guys. The reason why this is the focus, it's because you don't want to sit there and say, my coach said this, my coach said apply, but I don't know what to do. Then you know what your mentor does and why you need a coach and why you need a mentor. But more exciting, we excited for next month. It's also Disability Awareness Month. So there's a few things that we have lined up for the next month, as well as December being 16 days of activism. There are also stuff that we need to start working on and collaborating on.
Yeah, because
So-
GBV is just,
Yes.
it's not a joke, guys. We think it's a joke, and we think GBV is only physical, right?
And GBV is
it's
also
emotional.
in workplaces.
It's emotional.
GBV,
It's
guys,
what
is
people
also
are
in
saying.
workplaces. It's also in workplaces where you have a male boss that feels that because you're a female, you need to reduce yourself. So we need to start being very intentional with our existence, guys. In saying that, I think, yes, follow us and then see the loads and loads of information that we'll be sharing. It's Monday Matters. If it matters to you, you can change it. And we are here for you.
And before you go, what are some of the challenges that people come to you with in terms of what they're struggling with at present?
Okay, so guys, the major, there's, we talk about quiet quitting. Now there's also quiet firing.
Oh wow!
So
What
people
is that?
come, and speak to us about things like, I've been worked out, and you'll hear people saying it's constructive dismissal. If you're saying something that your manager doesn't like, or you're saying things that keep maybe the abuser or your leader uncomfortable, let me tell you, it's something where they work you out, and to say there is no way that I can stay here. That is called quiet firing. They've worked you out of the system without you even knowing. Yes, you do hand in your resignation, but you are actually fired by virtue of you stood your ground and it made somebody else uncomfortable. So we'll also cover that. I think maybe beginning of the year.
I think so, because in 2024, we keep encouraging women on all these empowerment platforms to speak out, to own your voice, to speak authentically. But it's quite sad that when you end up doing that, it kind of backfires.
True. Not everyone that says it's an open door policy actually has an open door. Be careful of that. If you go and you decide that you're going to start this elephant, because it's an elephant. If you're saying, and I'm going to tackle this, I'm going to go to HR, be willing to stand for you. Be willing to stand for yourself. It's not a one-stop shop, guys. You're not going to get there and say, hi, I've got an issue with my manager. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. No, you got to stand your ground and be able to document. When you have documents, you'll be able to prove that I was unfairly treated, or there was injustice happening in the workplace. But we no longer just advocate. We want to take you to the next levels and the next steps. You need to be willing, but you must know it's the pain. But be willing to stay the course.
And we are activists, right? Activists means you take action.
Yes.
And I think that's the difference here. We want to walk a path with you to help you to be in a strategic place.
Yes.
Right? When you decide to speak up, if you decide to speak up, it's not for everyone, right? But if you have this calling that, I want to own my voice, something is not right, something irks me inside of my soul, then this is going to be, our collaboration in terms of our offerings that we're going to be sharing with all our boss babes of South Africa. And I think it's going to be incredible. I can't wait, actually. Thank you so much, Cesar.
Thank
I think
you.
we're going to walk a very authentic journey together, and I think we're also going to walk a very relevant journey together, because this is just every second person that we meet. We're just at an event right now. Every second person seems to be going through some kind of harassment or bullying. I use the words interchangeably, but I know that there are some nuances, but it just seems to be almost like a pandemic in itself.
The word toxic will not be tolerated. That's one thing that we need to take with ourselves to 2025. To say toxicity is not fashionable, guys. Saying I come from a toxic environment is not going to be the word that we're using next year. But you need to stand up. You need to stand up and stand your truth. Stay the course. Own your story. It is your life. You don't have another one. Don't let somebody else rob you of the opportunities of growth, opportunities of being the best that you can be. Remember, you matter. You might not matter to them, but you matter to your family, and you matter to those that care for you and your friends. So please stay the course. Do not just quit.
I love that. And with my strategy experience as well, and my own lived experiences, I think it's very important that if you do find yourself in a toxic workspace or toxic environment, irrespective of what industry you may be in, it is important to have an exit strategy, guys.
Yes.
Right? And I think that is what Cesar and I are going to work very closely on, and helping to define what does an exit strategy look like. No one should leave with nothing.
Yes. True. I always say, if we remove money out of the equation, would you go back to that environment tomorrow? No. So remember, it's not just about what is happening now. It's about who you want to become and how you want to fix yourself and how you want to fix whatever that's happening. Walking away is not always the answer, guys. Let's try and stand up and stay the course and stand for ourselves. Because the bullies, and the takers do not have limits, but you need to have your own limit and own your limit, because this is your life.
Thank you, Caesar.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you.
Just wait for a quick